With Rycon learning of other surviving Saiyans kept hidden from him by his own people in hopes of further studying and researching the Saiyans on Earth and gathering more information, the Akemians inform Rycon of Goku and Vegeta's whereabouts on Earth, with Rycon setting his sights on heading out there to confront them. As seen on the previous manga chapter video, we begin to learn more about the history of Rycon, his strength, training methods, and what keeps him motivated to evolve, as he now sets his sights on heading towards planet Earth in hopes of destroying the last of the existing Saiyans. As once more before we begin, if you are new to this channel and have a love and passion for all things Dragon Ball and anime related, then be sure to smash that subscribe button on this channel and turn on all notifications to never miss a single upload, along with giving this video a big thumbs up by slapping that like button down below if you guys love Dragon Ball and anime, as well as checking out the official Dragon Ball fan mangas playlist located down in the description box below, to where on that playlist you guys will be able to find all the latest and best Dragon Ball fan mangas created by the community for the community. So be sure to head on down below, check out the official Dragon Ball fan mangas playlist for all the best and latest videos on Dragon Ball fan mangas, as we kick off the Beyond Dragon Ball Super Rycon manga chapter number 2 special inside the home of Goku and Chi-Chi, as we further go on to take a look at Goku having to devour all the food being placed in front of him. Eventually, Goku ends up finishing his meals as he went along to stand up and commenting, "Oh man, wow, that sure was amazing. Your mother makes the best food on the planet, Goten. I'm stuffed," as Goten then went along to ask, "Dad, where are you going? You promised that we would train with each other," as Goku went along to respond, "Of course, son. I didn't forget about the promise I made you, although you'd have to ask your mom first just to be on the safe side." As only then seconds later, Chi-Chi went along to comment, "Now you know how I feel about fighting, Goku, but I guess it's a good opportunity to spend some time with your father since he's always training." And this really excites Goten as he went along to ask, "Really, Mom? Thank you." As Goten then faces his father, he then went along to ask him, "Could you show me how to turn into a Super Saiyan God too, Dad?" But Goku then is immediately startled. As Goten then realizes that there's something off with his father, he then went along to ask him, "Dad?" with Goku then having to respond, "Sorry, Goten, but I think we're going to have to reschedule our training. I just felt an immense ki approaching the Earth, and it isn't anyone that we know of either. I sense a lot of hatred in whoever or whatever this may be, and it could mean trouble. I've got to find out what this is. Stay here and look after your mother, Goten." With Goku then realizing that the situation itself may actually be more trouble than it's worth, rather than having his son be dragged along, Goku reassures his son that he will be back and that his current task right now is to stay home and look after his mother. As only then Goku went along to comment, "I only have a few minutes before they arrive. I can't waste time." As Goten went along to ask, "I can't go, Dad?" with Goku having to reply, "Not this time, kiddo. This could turn out to be very dangerous. I promise I'll be back for you. Inform your brother that I'll be away. See you later." As Goku then uses instant transmission, we then pan out to a wasteland area to where the ship is supposed to arrive. As Goku ends up arriving there by using instant transmission, the area itself seems to be eerily calm, with Goku having to stare up at the sky in anticipation of what's about to arrive on Earth. Goku then went along to say to himself, "This power is enormous. I haven't felt ki like this in a very long time. Whoever they are, they seem to be masking a lot of their power. I've got to be extremely careful with how I go about this. It's here." With Goku now having to take the necessary precautions in being as careful as he possibly could, he has this very unsettling feeling that whatever is arriving on Earth could spell disaster. As we pan back up in space, we then see how Rycon is observing the Earth with his teacher Jin, as Rycon went along to state, "So this is Earth. Quite a weak planet for the Saiyans to claim as their home." As the Akemian Jin went along to comment, "We are moments away from landing, Lord Rycon. This will be the first time you encounter another Saiyan. Sons of Bardock and King Vegeta, along with their offspring, are all that remain on this rock. We will begin." As one of the Akemian pilots went along to inform everyone on the ship, we are now landing on planet Earth, which ever since the previous manga chapter on Dragon Ball Super Rycon manga chapter number 1, the entire point of Rycon coming to Earth to face off against Goku and Vegeta is this misconception that Rycon has that the Saiyan people were originally cowards and too weak to stand up to Frieza during the time of Planet Vegeta's destruction, which to Rycon's ideology, he believes that if the Saiyan people were to stand together during that time, they could have had a better fighting chance in protecting themselves as a species rather than allowing themselves to be obliterated. And because of this misconception, Rycon feels that no other Saiyan deserves to live if his own parents and those that did sacrifice themselves only to be in vain had failed, that no other Saiyan that comes from that bloodline deserves to exist. And because of this misconception, Rycon was never informed that Bardock, the father of Goku, was actually one of the ones to fully stand up to Frieza, along with a handful of others, but to Rycon's knowledge, he doesn't know this. So as he's anticipating his arrival on Earth, his primary goal when arriving is to find Goku and Vegeta, seek out all of the answers to his questions, and then destroy them. As of course, Rycon had heard the names of King Vegeta, Bardock, Jiren, and many others before. Little does he know that most of these people that he deems to be cowards actually stood up against Frieza. As moments later, Rycon's ship finally touches down on Earth, as Rycon within the ship went along to tell the pilot stop, and with Goku looking on, he went along to state, so that's their ship, huh? Better get to it and see what they want. As Goku goes on ahead to approach the ship, we get to see how Goku stands in front of this massive object in front of him, with wind having to blow dust all around him. Goku went along to then comment, yeah, there's no doubt about it, one of them is hiding a very large amount of power while the other doesn't seem to pose as a danger. The bigger one though, I can barely see him with all of this dust, but is he a Saiyan? As only then Rycon and Jin finally emerge from the ship. As Goku then continued, he's gotta be. He seems to be wearing Saiyan armor as well. But how could there be another Saiyan when me and Vegeta were the only purebloods who survived? As only then Rycon exits the ship in touching down onto the ground. As Goku does the same thing, he went along to comment, it's weird to see a spaceship like that on this planet. He can't be from around here. His ki is wild. I gotta go about this with caution. This Saiyan feels very different than me and Vegeta. Although, wait a second, you have a tail? As Goku then spots Rycon's tail, in excitement, Goku goes on to cry out, whoa, so you are a Saiyan! I thought that me and Vegeta were the only ones left apart from our children. As immediately Goku's excitement is thrown out the window, as he goes right back to being serious. As Rycon stares on, he went along to say to himself, so, I see you mean business then. Alright. Who are you and why are you here? How exactly did you find this planet? With Rycon then having to respond, I imagine you are Goku. Tell me, how did you survive here for all these years? As Goku went along to respond, I survived by protecting the land that you're standing on right now. Strange question to start off with. What exactly is your deal? You surely weren't sent here by someone, I imagine, and you don't appear to be under some kind of spell or control, which means you came here with a motive. So now answer my question. Who are you, and why are you here? As Rycon went along to respond, you sure talk a big game for someone so small. I imagine you fled our homeworld like the coward that you are because you were afraid just like the rest were. It surprises me to see you evolve so much through the acts of hiding. Pathetic. Yet you call yourself a Saiyan, but disrespect our heritage by cutting off your tail, coward. As Goku then responded, fled our homeworld? This is my home, the only home I've ever known. What are you even talking about? I lost my tail many years ago. If you won't tell me who you are, then it's in your best interest to leave right now. As Rycon responds, yeah? And what would you do if I decide otherwise? As Goku goes on to clench his fist, he went along to respond, otherwise, I will force you out. As Rycon is shown then getting angry, he went along to tell Goku, then force me if you can. Show me what a deserter like you can do. And with Jin having to observe this, he went along to say to himself, being so close to this is a danger to me. It will be better to go inside the ship. Knowing the fact that at any moment either one of the two can go for an initial attack, as Rycon is the first to do so, he immediately takes initiative in dashing directly at Goku, with Goku then quickly transforming into a Super Saiyan, the first shot that Rycon throws is immediately dodged by Goku, as the fight now begins with Rycon having to be shown being on the offensive, as every single time Rycon is shown punching Goku, he seems to be pushing him back ever so much, in the fact that each time Rycon is shown throwing a shot at Goku, even while Goku's defending himself, he seems to be struggling and in pain, with Rycon then having to comment while attacking Goku, "What's wrong, Goku? What happened to forcing me off this planet? Surprised that I'm matched with your Super Saiyan power? This is only the beginning." With Rycon then having to exploit an opening in Goku's defenses and kicking him up in the air, he went along to then tell him, "Our people died because of trash like you. Show me more of your true power." And the second Rycon kicks Goku up in the sky, he immediately dashes right behind him and knocks Goku so hard down onto the ground to where Goku hits the ground with such force, with Rycon having to stare back down. As soon as Goku climbs up through the rubble, he went along to say to himself, "This has to be a joke. I couldn't do anything with Super Saiyan," not to mention the fact that he knew what it was and wasn't even surprised. That must mean he has to have it too. It's strange though, why does he keep mentioning our Saiyan homeworld? This guy is very strong despite being in his base form. I have to push him to show me more of his true power. He's got me interested in seeing what he can do, and to that, I have to take it up to the next level. As moments later, Goku quickly transforms into a Super Saiyan 2. As Rycon looks down in acknowledging this, he went along to comment, "Ah, the ascended powers of a Super Saiyan. Don't make me laugh. If you think Super Saiyan 2 will be enough, then you're hopeless. Just try." As Goku then gets into position in using the instant transmission, he went along to tell Rycon, "I'll show you what it means to be hopeless." As Goku then quickly uses instant transmission, Rycon is then caught off guard with Goku having to teleport behind him, and the second Rycon attempts to strike Goku, Goku uses instant transmission again, with Rycon having to comment, "Is that the best you can do?" But each and every single time Rycon attempts to attack Goku, Goku simply uses instant transmission and moves out of the way. But with Rycon noticing exactly where Goku's going to appear, he then acknowledges this by having to charge in, as he went along to cry out, "Do you think running away will save you from the beating you have coming your way? Show me your power!" But that's exactly what Goku had done. As he went along to use instant transmission in punching Rycon away, Goku then went along to tell him, "Your rage is clouding your judgment. You're relying too much on sheer power and are underestimating my abilities." And with Rycon bracing himself, Goku continued, "However, you aren't fooling me. I know you're hiding more of your true power. Now show it to me." With Rycon responding, "Is that what you think? Perhaps I have every reason to underestimate a worm such as yourself. You want to see my true power? Very well, I will show you a power the likes of which you have never seen before, Goku. On my pride, I will bring honor by slaughtering the last of the remaining Saiyan cowards." As only then Rycon quickly ascends in transforming into Super Saiyan 2, with Rycon having to tell Goku, "I'll grant you the death wish you've long been asking for." As moments later, both Super Saiyan 2 Rycon and Super Saiyan 2 Goku dash towards one another, the two then begin to go head to head, with Super Saiyan 2 Goku having to be more or less on the offensive in trying to actually land a decent shot on Rycon, but with Rycon having to have a lot of training experience via simulations under his belt, especially with having to battle endless clones and copies of himself, he is easily able to outmaneuver Super Saiyan 2 Goku by having to dodge his attacks, break through Goku's defenses, as only then Rycon is the one going on the offensive in giving Super Saiyan 2 Goku an absolute beatdown by punching him in the face, uppercutting him in the chin, kicking him in the stomach. And with Goku being sent flying out in the distance, he braces himself as he then went along to comment, "If this isn't going to be enough, then I'll give you something certainly worth the effort." With Goku then unleashing a barrage of energy attacks left and right, back and forth, an endless cycle of them, as Rycon just stands eerily calm. He doesn't seem to be worried. He's not moving out of the way, he's not blocking the attacks, but instead, he takes all of these attacks head on, with Goku having to reassure himself that if this isn't going to be enough, then he's most certainly going to give Rycon something worth the effort. As moments later, Goku then transforms from Super Saiyan 2 into Super Saiyan 3, and he's not looking to hold anything back, because then Goku gets into position as he went along to tell Rycon, "No more games. This fight is over. This time I'll give you exactly what you've been wanting out of me. This is Super Saiyan 3, and this Kame." With Goku then having to charge up for a massive Kamehameha, Rycon then is caught off guard as he went along to say to himself, "So, he has Super Saiyan 3 as well? Wait, that technique is, as Goku then wastes little time in firing the Kamehameha, it would appear that not only Rycon knows of Super Saiyan 3 because he also has it himself, but he also seems to remember and know what the Kamehameha is given the data provided by the Akemians to Rycon directly. And with the blast now heading right towards Rycon, Rycon actually takes a moment in looking away. As he then redirects his focus at the Kamehameha itself, we then get to see a transition be made from his facial expressions in having to kind of seem like he's trying to come up with a plan to being absolutely arrogant in the idea that he's willing to take this attack head on, and that's exactly what he ends up doing, because then Rycon raises his right hand above his head as he lets out a thunderous roar, with Goku having to ask, wait, what do you plan to do? As only then Rycon ends up deflecting the Kamehameha right back towards Goku in having to transfer a little bit of his energy into his hand and being able to repel this back, as only then Goku sees that the Kamehameha is just about to head towards the Earth itself. Goku went along to comment, oh no, if that blast hits the Earth then the solar system will be completely destroyed. I have to avoid it at all costs. With Goku then having to use instant transmission, he ends up teleporting directly in front of the Kamehameha, and with no other choice, he ends up getting hit with his own blast, which creates a massive nuclear-like explosion, the likes of which literally shakes the entire landscape that they're battling on right now. In the idea that rather than having the Earth and the entire solar system be destroyed, Goku literally then gave himself up to protect the planet and all the people on it by taking his own attack head on. And with the dust slowly settling and Rycon touching back down, he went along to comment, I'll be honest, I'm surprised you're still alive. That attack of yours burned a little. You're quite skilled, I must say, but it's still nothing that I cannot manage against. My Super Saiyan 2 transformation rivals your Super Saiyan 3, and I haven't even used it myself either. Your time is nearing its end, Goku. Not long now, and with Rycon standing over the crater, he continues, I've pushed you into using your strongest form, and even that couldn't save you. This next battle will be our last, and before you die, since you asked, my name is Rycon. Let that sink in, with Goku having to reply from the crater, so Rycon, you still think I've used my full power against you? The truth is, I still have one more form left. And with Goku then having to be visibly shown, he continues, you came here in search of answers to questions that have already been revealed a long time ago. I know your name, but not your motive, but that's fine. Since you wanted to see what I can do, with Rycon then having to be eerily calm, Goku continues, I haven't used this power since battling the God of Destruction Lord Beerus a few months ago, and since then, I was able to get the hang of it a bit more. Allow me to show you the power of Super Saiyan God. As only then Rycon is completely taken back, we get to see how Goku, for the first time since Battle of Gods, but before Resurrection of F, is able to then fully tap into the powers of Super Saiyan God, unlike how we've seen in Battle of Gods, with Rycon then having to comment, what is this? I've never seen or felt anything like this before. So, this is the legend of the Saiyan God. As he then goes on to grin, he continues, I was eager to see how much power you had, but now I know what must be done. Well then, Goku, allow me to show you the ultimate evolution of a Super Saiyan. And with Goku then getting into fighting position after completing his Super Saiyan God transformation, he then went along to tell Rycon, show me. I'm ready, as the manga chapter special then comes to a close. Now, with Goku now being forced in using his most powerful transformation, is only now going to entice Rycon to finally use his Super Saiyan 4 evolution transformation, which we've all seen be done in the previous manga chapter special, so I really do enjoy the dynamic of Rycon's misconception of the Saiyan race being the fact that the memory and the tragedy of his people and his planet having to be destroyed ever since he was a baby, first opening his eyes, and the first thing he got to witness was the total annihilation of planet Vegeta, he holds this vendetta and this grudge against people like Goku and Vegeta, meanwhile not technically knowing the backstories as to how they came up or the roots of their history, which will be fully explored in the coming Dragon Ball Super Rycon manga chapters. But Rycon in base is able to fully hold his own against Super Saiyan 2 Goku, and even with Rycon having to transform as a Super Saiyan 2 is able to hold his own against Super Saiyan 3 Goku. But now we have a brand new transformation having to be revealed for the first time, as I do also want to share with you guys a big project that I plan on working on in 2020, and this is the highly requested fan manga of Rycon vs. Zycor. As you guys can see on screen, this current manga along with Dragon Ball Super Rycon manga chapter number 3 are currently being worked on right now. So given the fact that a lot of you guys wanted to see one of the most popular fan OCs come into play here, and that being Zycor having to fight against my personal OC Rycon, you guys are going to be seeing this fight go down in 2020. I'm not entirely sure as to when, but the more support we get on this channel, the better it is for me to continue making these for you guys, and I do appreciate all of your love and support. And in case you guys are wondering, the events taking place in this manga chapter are after the events of Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, but before the resurrection of Frieza and before the Goku Black arc, all of that stuff. So this is kind of in between. And in case you're wondering why Rycon keeps mentioning the Saiyan homeworld, and in case you're wondering as to why he has such a vindictive kind of personality against his own people, it's because in the manga chapter number 1 special, we found out that Rycon's perception on what happened is actually incredibly flawed due to his own misconception on his own beliefs, because what he has found out and learned throughout the years isn't the actual reality of what went down on planet Vegeta, and the only other person that seems to be withholding this knowledge from Rycon is his teacher Jin. And you guys are going to have to find out what happens next with Super Saiyan 4 Evolution Rycon having to battle against Super Saiyan God Goku, and perhaps maybe the revelation of what Jin is going to tell Rycon as this is going down. So again, I want to get your thoughts in the comment section below. If you guys want to see any other fan manga be incorporated involving Rycon, if you guys want to see Rycon be involved in the Resurrection of F Saga, if you guys want to see him involved with the Goku Black Saga, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, because that can ultimately be a spin-off kind of series. Because after this whole thing with Goku and everything goes down, I have a lot of things planned for the character, and introducing a very interesting villain that you guys have never seen in Dragon Ball before. So I'm really trying to sit down and create something different for you guys. But again, if it were not for you guys believing in me and giving me your time in actually supporting concepts and ideas like this, then I would never have my own OC manga to begin with. So again, if you guys are new to the channel, smash that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up by slapping that like button down below. Thank you all so much for your support. If you guys want to read up on the manga yourselves, you guys can go on ahead and join my Discord. My Discord link will be located down in the description box below. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for your time. Tune back in for more, and I'll be seeing you all down in the comment section below. Take it easy, guys. Peace.
This is the Galactic Emperor of the Universe, and of course I'm here to tell you to subscribe to UnrealEntGaming.
Also follow UnrealEntGaming on these social media platforms to stay connected at all times. And if you don't, then very soon you will all be dead! Oh, did someone say UnrealEntGaming? Oh my god.
The fuck's up, on? Put on some clothes!
Well, why don't you put on any clothes?
What? I don't need clothes. Jesus Christ, that's huge! What, Broly?
Frieza.
Uh-oh.
Prepare to die!
But once you get video, lots of likes, or Bill will turn you into chocolate!
Vados, get over here! Tell these mortals that I'm the biggest UnrealEntGaming fan. This is my moment. I'm a part of his notification squad. Universe 7 can have all the fun. I just want the food.
And don't forget to leave a comment on this video. Show some love for the best community on YouTube.
Kakarot!